going to make my favorite green juice. I don't drink it every morning, but usually on the weekends I do. And since today is a Sunday, that's what we're going to make. Okay, first we're going to gather our ingredients. So the ingredients are pretty simple. You're going to need about 2 cups of greens. Now you usually use spinach. I've used spinach, kale, and collard greens at various times in trying this recipe. But spinach is the best, probably because of its milder flavor. Kale is okay, but it's gritty. If you don't pick the leaves just off the stems, and if you juice the stems in with it, it's really gritty. Collard greens aren't a bad substitute for spinach. They still have a milder taste, but I tend to want to use spinach. Now this isn't 2 cups, but it was just what I had left in my bag of spinach, and I wanted to use it. I've rinsed it, and that's why it's in the colander. Then you also want 2 apples. Doesn't matter what kind. I usually get gala apples because they're the cheapest. But just 2 apples, probably about this size. Then you're supposed to have 2 large carrots, and because I only had small carrots, I just washed and peeled 3 of the smaller carrots. And then a cucumber. Now this is the seedless cucumber, and it came in a pack of 3 from Wegmans. You can use seedless, but it doesn't really matter. I typically use just one of what you would consider like a standard cucumber that's probably, you know, 2/3 of this size, but it doesn't matter. So you have all the ingredients. Oh, and lemon juice. You put in lemon juice at the end. And then if you want, you can also juice a piece, like a 1 to 2 inch piece of ginger, but I don't have that today, so we're just going to stick with this. All right, we are almost ready to go. I have my juicer, which is a Black & Decker. It's nothing fancy. I got it for a Christmas present, I think. But here is the container where the pulp and everything that doesn't get juiced goes. Then you put the fruits and vegetables and whatever you're juicing in here. You push it down with this plunger. And then if you look, it'll go down into that metal circular thing that has some little teeth on it, and it separates the juice from the pulp. And then the juice will come out of this little spout and into this cup. Now the juicer did come with a little plastic cup about 2/3 the size of this like pub cup I got somewhere. But in most cases this recipe makes about 2 1/4 of the containers that the juicer came with. So I just try to have it juice into a bigger container so I don't have to like stop and empty the container and then go again and stop and empty the container. So that's why I use this. Then over here we have all the chopped up vegetables and fruit. The apples I chop into about 1/4 it and then chop it into thirds, remove the core and the seeds. Just chop these into kind of like little medallions, just whatever's small enough to fit inside the juicer. And then I cut the cucumbers like this, and then I have this, and I just put it in here just to keep it out of the way. Done, and we have about that much of that pub cup, and then at some point I had to dump juice in there. So the orange is obviously from the carrot, green is from spinach, the cucumber. The carrot and apple are what provide the sweetness. So I know a lot of people may be like, ew, spinach, I don't want to juice greens, but you really don't taste it. And then you just add some lemon juice. So that's probably about a tablespoon, tablespoon and a half, just to taste. And then you have this juice. Yes, it is frothy, and at the end, you don't really, I don't drink the froth. It's kind of disgusting. But yeah, this is the container that it's in. So it's more than half of this container is filled with juice. All right, let's give it a try. It's good. Really, I use the lemon, even though it does have like health properties and such. I kind of use it as a seasoning. So if I taste that the juice is very bland, I'll add a little bit more lemon juice, a little bit more ginger to give it more of a spicy kick. But otherwise, this is pretty good. It goes down really easy. And if you start your day with this, then you're getting a lot of vitamins and minerals. And I find that oftentimes I don't eat a big lunch if I include this in my breakfast. So at this point in the day, it's more of a brunch drink. But I will include the recipe down below. And if you make it, let me know what you think.